Hi guys, it's Majesty Bianca here with the Financial Drive-Thru, where I take you through the world of cryptocurrencies, online investing, and pretty much everything going on in the cryptoverse right now. It's good to point out that everything that I say and do on this channel is based on my own research and my own personal bias, so I do encourage you to do your own due diligence and be sure that every investment or opportunity that you take a look at is right for you. So now that we're done with the disclaimers, let's drive through. So it's been a while since I put out any videos, and so I want to actually make sure everybody is kind of like up to date with all the stuff that went on in crypto last week. And so we will be looking at the markets. I've found this new website, onchainfx.com, and this is going to be my new go-to, kind of like replacing coinmarketcap.com. Now, I still use coinmarketcap, but I kind of like the extra options that's OnChainFX offers. Hold on, let me refresh this so that I can get like up-to-date information. It kind of sucks because I had made this video earlier today and it was supposed to be all about the good things, you know, Bitcoin back on the rise and all, and I did not release the video at the time. And look at what we have here, minus 3.59. Yeah, actually it's even worse than that. It's minus 4.79%. So Bitcoin is down, Ethereum is down. Actually, it's a down day for everything except NEO. Oh my God, NEO! Thank you, NEO. Thank you. I've been hodling for like so long, and it's been an ordeal for all the people holding NEO. You know what I'm about. You know what I'm talking about. So NEO is up. That means NEO Gas would also be up. Yeah, VeChain, Tron Boy. Well. Okay, so basically it's a downturn. It's actually quite sudden. Everything was green earlier this morning. So what we have here is the BTC USD charts, and we're looking at the daily. So overall, until last week, there's been a general bearish sentiment in Bitcoin, and everything's just been going down. So I mean, over here you can see the pink trend lines are actually showing what is called a descending wedge formation. Now, we broke out of this briefly yesterday. Again, this is the daily, so each of these candlesticks represents one day. So yesterday, we broke out of this just a little bit. If we move over to maybe the 4-hour chart, we should be able to appreciate this better. So over here, yeah, we broke out of it, and it looked like Bitcoin was taking a bull run, and then all of a sudden, we have this long, you know, sell-off candlestick. And so we're back in the wedge, and it's going to be interesting to see where this goes. Personally, I still have sort of a bearish sentiment with Bitcoin. I'm seeing it falling back into the wedge, and I want to see how long this stays out. So now, yesterday, everything was all green and rosy, and everybody was happy, and, you know, it seemed like we were all getting back in. And here's what happened. And so a lot of headlines were responsible for the bullish pressures that we saw in the market over the weekend. And let's take a look at the first story here. First story says banks like Goldman Sachs will be entering crypto, and this would lead to a Bitcoin price surge. So John Matonis, a co-founder of Bitcoin Foundation and an executive at Visa, stated that the entrance of major banks and financial institutions like Goldman Sachs would lead to an increase in the liquidity of Bitcoin and ultimately the Bitcoin price. And there's a quote here where he says he thinks it's absolutely fabulous that they're getting into it because it brings in new liquidity. They're going to develop futures markets, options markets, and he's even going to start to see interest rates markets around Bitcoin. So, I mean, there's a lot to look forward to. So recently in the news, we've had the CBOE, that's Chicago Board Options Exchange, propose to the U.S. Securities Exchange as SEC to allow Bitcoin exchange-traded funds, ETFs, on the U.S. stock markets like NASDAQ and the New York Stock Exchange. Now, the entrance of these large financial institutions would lead to more institutional and retail traders entering into the crypto space because everybody's going to want to follow the money, definitely. So another story we saw was that the world's 9th largest stock exchange is to launch a cryptocurrency brokerage. So looking into that, a company that owns the 9th largest stock exchange in the world, the TMX Group, has announced the start of its crypto brokerage service. Now, this was last week, and once this news platform is released, it will be named the Shorcan Digital Currency Network. There's a link in the details section of the video in case you're interested in looking that up. Now, basically, TMX Group owns some platforms and properties, including the Toronto Stock Exchange, Boston Options Exchange, and the Montreal Exchange. Now, the combined market cap of these platforms exceeds $3 trillion with a combined trading volume of $92 million. So picture that coming into crypto, people. So in other news, IBM predicts countries will embrace crypto. Now IBM needs no introduction. IBM is a big name. So here you see in a recent interview, Jesse Lund, IBM's new head of blockchain development, indicated that IBM is investigating enterprise-level use cases for cryptocurrencies. Now it's good to note that IBM already uses Stellar for cross-border payments, and they're looking beyond Stellar at the broad crypto offerings and how they might be implemented into burgeoning blockchain business. Now, Lund also revealed that 20 central banks, primarily from countries in the G20, have inquired about digitizing their monetary system by creating a national cryptocurrency. We've seen a few of those in the news, and I think we can safely expect some more coming along. Now, though no countries have publicly expressed plans to place their monetary system on the blockchain, Lund is confident that this is closer and that it may appear. Okay, so I found this one particularly interesting. This is definitely, these are all reasons why, cryptocurrencies are sticking around. This is mad stuff. Electronics giant Foxconn signs on to manufacture a $1,000 blockchain phone, and look at that baby. So Taiwan, again, Taiwanese electronics behemoth Foxconn is reportedly getting on board to develop and manufacture Fini, a blockchain phone from Syrian Labs. Now, codenamed the Fini, Swiss startup Syrian Labs first announced its Android-based open-source blockchain smartphone, features including a built-in cold storage cryptocurrency wallet, encrypted communications, and peer-to-peer resource sharing late last year. Now, so far, they've raised about $158 million for the Fini project, and that's already great. Now, Bloomberg is reporting that a subsidiary of Foxconn, the electronics giant that manufactures, wait for it, popular hardware devices like the iPhone, has agreed to help develop and produce the smartphone. So it's priced at $999 at launch, and Syrian is also planning on licensing its technology to other manufacturers in a bid to bring down the smartphone's current premium price to as low as $200. Now, wouldn't that be great if we could all just have this for $200? That would just be insane. I'll be good at it. That's definitely where you put your money down, right? Now, the startup claims it already has received 25,000 pre-orders for the device, and this is certainly going to appeal to cryptocurrency adopters and enthusiasts. Definitely, this is something that everybody will want to get their hands on. If it does come down to $200, I would grab it. So the phone is expected to ship in October for online orders alongside retail sales in 8 new stores, including Vietnam and Turkey. And for those of you who have been following the technological side of the crypto world, the Bitcoin Lightning Network sees its first Android mobile app hit Google Play. So I think this is the Eclair wallet. Yeah, it is. Now it's built for the Lightning Network. So for those of you who don't know what the Lightning Network is about, the Lightning Network is basically an on-chain upgrade, and it's going to allow micropayments as a payment channel between two parties. There's really no way to actually get into this explanation without getting too technical, except to simply say that the general idea we all wanted for Bitcoin is to be able to use Bitcoin to buy pretty much everything. And you want to be able to use it to buy a cup of coffee, you want to be able to use it to buy gum in the supermarket and just walk out of there. But so one, because of the transaction fees, and two, because a lot of people would rather just hodl, it hasn't been too successful as a payment channel. Now the Lightning Network is going to fix this, and it's going to do this in simple, very low cost, very fast ways. So I'm quite excited about the Eclair wallet. I just downloaded that on my mobile, and I haven't done any Lightning Network transactions yet, but I'm already looking forward to those. So yeah, if you already have access to this, that would be good. You should check it out. Async actually tweeted that the Lightning wallet for Android is available on Google Play. This was on the 4th of April. So this March saw the protocol's first mainnet product implementation go live, with several more user-oriented tools since coming online from private developers. So Eclair Wallet, Apple Store, check it out. Now in Japan is making some serious moves, and right now they're proposing guidelines to legalize ICOs. ICOs making so much money. In 2017 the ICO boom was crazy, and then all of a sudden with the regulations coming around, everyone is really more cautious, and the market is treading with fear, and yeah, I would say fear and a lot of FUD. But things are looking good when countries are actually making big steps like that. So kudos to Japan for taking this up. It's nice to know that regulations are actually going to be able to structure the business and actually get out a lot of the weak hands, get out a lot of the dumb money, and just basically make sure people can invest in a safer way. Because the way I see it is, and this is a fact, I mean, one of the reasons for the volatility of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in general is simply just the fact that there's so much manipulation in the market. So I mean, with regulations comes order. And so Japan is making a very big move, and again, kudos to Japan for doing this. So I saw this headline from CCN, and we saw 3 reasons why Bitcoin price will rebound in second quarter 2018. Now, I'm very excited about this because I totally agree with a lot of what they had to offer. Now, US tax season is nearly over. Tax season this year should be on the 17th of April, I think. April 15 marks the end of tax season in the United States, and it's just around the corner. Investors who profited from Bitcoin's massive rally in December are having to come up with the money to pay Uncle Sam right now. Now, which could explain a percentage of the selling pressure in the Bitcoin price in March, which was really high actually. So everyone's going to try and make sure they can pay their taxes. Everybody wants to be right with the law because, I mean, there's so much money made, but you can lose everything, at a later date if you actually do not file your taxes. Now, cryptocurrency is taxable. Everybody should understand this and keep that in mind. And with regulations will come more structure, and it's going to be easier for the government to be able to, track these things. There'll be AML laws, which is anti-money laundering laws, and a lot of businesses are going to use the Know Your Customer process. Coinbase is actually doing a lot of stuff and sharing their information right now. So, I mean, it's going to be very easy to actually do this as, it gets more mainstream. We're going to have more legal teams with the technical know-how, to track these things. And so, yeah, taxes are a big deal. Regulations are a big deal. So the CoinCheck deal is a go. Now, not only is it for sale, but the potential buyer, an online brokerage Monex Group, is the parent company of US-based TradeStation with massive data and charting capabilities, and it is publicly trading. So CoinCheck, once this happens, a lot of money is going to come in through the Monex Group, and that's just going to be big news for crypto. Now, history is also on Bitcoin side as the third point, and apparently, historically, March has always been difficult for Bitcoin investors. So they say that tracking it back, I think as far back as 5 years now, if you check the charts. So I'm not going to do this, but you can actually go check this out if you head backwards and follow the timeline. Basically, there's always a dip in March. Now, it's not going to be too obvious based on the amount of volatility we're seeing right now, because I mean, back then, look at this, there wasn't really much to work with, but March apparently has its bad news. So 3 reasons why Bitcoin is expected to rebound in second quarter 2018. There you have it. Now, there's also this very interesting one still about institutional money coming into crypto. We have billionaire George Soros, who's actually saying he's going to get into trading cryptocurrencies. Now, he basically is going to start trading right away. He's not trading himself. So he's going to have Adam Fisher, who runs Soros Fund Management Macro Investing Operation. And he has secured internal approval to begin trading crypto assets. So there's going to be a lot of money coming into crypto. So in other news, Bitcoin Cash is planning a fork, a hard fork actually. So we're going to be seeing Bitcoin ABC come into fruition. And that fork is happening on the 15th of May. And the protocol's consensus rules will change going forward. So yes, hard forks. Now, basically, for people who don't really know, soft forks happen when there's an upgrade on chain that still allows the new upgrade communicate with the old system, right? Now, in a hard fork, you have a situation where they've made an upgrade and all the information, all the data going onto the new upgrade can no longer communicate with the old one. So it basically forks off into a different path and creates sort of like a new currency. So right now we're going to see BCH forking into Bitcoin ABC. It's kind of like what happened with Bitcoin and how Bitcoin Cash was born. So the development team explains that anyone running an ABC node should immediately upgrade to the 0.17.0 release or other compatible software, because they would no longer be able to use the same software on that. Sorry, excuse me. Next up, still on regulations, we have the SEC chair saying that not all ICOs are frauds. So we have Jay Clayton, he's the chairman of the SEC, and he said, contrary to speculation, SEC does not believe that all initial coin offerings are fraudulent. So there is still hope for people to make a lot of money with ICOs, and they're still definitely going to be a viable option. So I just think we all need to look forward to regulations, people. I mean, we didn't want them initially because we were like, it's a decentralized space and we don't need any government intervention. But for sanity and for longevity, and so crypto actually does have a chance, we actually do need some regulations to make these things work. And then we're also seeing retailer adoption of Bitcoin growing in US and Canada despite the price fall. So I mean, this is all really good stuff, and so we're going to expect a bullish run coming soon, and Q2 218, I'm definitely optimistic about that. I want to know your thoughts. I want to know what you think, and I mean, just let's talk about this. Do you believe crypto is still going to slump? Now, while I still have a bearish sentiment despite all this news, and the reason I'm going to give for that is it's a slight bearish sentiment. Long term, I'm bullish on Bitcoin, but right now I still think we can drop as low as 5,800 despite the news, because we are seeing that despite all the good stuff in the news, there's almost no reason why crypto drops. I mean, every time you see people dropping out videos and giving reasons why this happened and why this happened and why this happened, but there's no way to actually tie any single thing to it. So it's always a multitude of factors, and this is the reason why there's some skepticism about technical analysis and all. Now, while I do believe in technical analysis, I have to be honest that for some time, due to market manipulation and a lot of other factors and dumb money and weak hands, it just hasn't been working. So I still expect that despite all this, there isn't enough market volume to actually push the way we want this to happen. So we're going to have to see Bitcoin drop a little further. That is my own analysis and my own thoughts. So I really want to know your thoughts. If you think I'm wrong, let me know. Feel free to put some comments down there and let's talk about this. Oh yeah, then I also saw this one about Swiss regulations driving ICOs away, and I chuckled because, I mean, you chase everyone away, and right now I think people are just going to go to Malta, because Malta is where crypto is going to lay. So anyways, I want to keep this is already dragged on a bit long, and it's a very impromptu video. I had to change the whole play. I want to actually commit to doing these videos daily to make sure everybody is up to date, and so I just want to do my parts and make sure everybody knows what's going on. So I'm going to do my best to actually get these videos out there. If you like this content, you want to see more of this, do smash the like button, do hit the subscribe button, and also make sure you can hit that bell button beside the subscribe button so you can catch my videos as they drop. You will get notifications for those, and so you too can stay up to date and make sure that you know what's going on in the market, because we have to be aware to be able to invest wisely, know where we're putting our money and know what we're doing with it. So my name is Majesty Bianga once again, and it's been great having you. See you next time.